If you're looking for those 3 projects that are going to bring you those massive gains this month, then look no further, because if you've been priced out of the sandbox and can't get into Decentraland, but you still want to invest in some metaverse real estate, we've got one of the projects that we think is an early bird for you to get into right here. Plus, we've got a secondary market pick, which apes are flying into. We've got the lazy lions getting involved, and I am particularly bullish on. And of course, if you are a kid of the 80s, or if you're thinking, what is going on with this rise of NFT music, we've got a project that is going to take you to the moon with it, and it's minting today, which is incredible. So, are you ready? Let's do this. Hey friends, welcome to Nifty World. I'm Bex. Now today I just want to say a huge thank you to our wonderful brand partner who has helped make this video happen, which is of course the amazing Soda Factory. So they are brilliant because they are bringing the world of design and code and artistry together. They are bringing the world's biggest artists to the blockchain. If you are a Soda Pass holder, you will get an amazing first look access at some of the world's biggest artists. They are going to come onto the platform and you will get up to 48 hours head start on the public sale to go and mint one of your own pieces from these artists. So if you're looking to get into NFT art and thinking, how can I do this? How can I beat those gas walls? How can I get involved? This is the place to do it. So all of the details for the Soda Factory are down below. We are proudly partnering with them for this video today, and I cannot wait to show you all of the amazing projects. So are you ready? Let's dive right in. Now we are excited to start today's Movers and Shakers off with a boom. We're in fact talking about a meta boom. Any kids of the 80s are going to be so excited about this. Warren, tell us why.
Meta boom. So what is it? So it is the decentralized music streaming protocol. And that's right off the bat, Bex. What the Metaboom team are doing is that they're mixing Web 3.0. We all know that's the new kid, the interesting. Everyone's waiting for Web 3.0 to be truly adopted across a lot of PFP. They're literally mixing Web 3.0 with music, great music, to become the idea, and the absolute ambition is Metaboom boxes are the music companion of every PFP on the digital meta planet.
Wow, that sounds incredible. We've got a very important detail for you to tell you now, which is, of course, the minting date. When is this minting?
It is today.
It is today. Now, don't worry if you're watching this video after its initial day drop. But what is exciting about this is that even at an early secondary market, you will still be able to snipe a really, really great meta boom. So we think it's really important to tell you that information. But yes, at time of recording, this is the lead up to the mint, which is happening on the day of the drop of the video today. So that is Monday, the 15th of November. So just make sure you guys do your research. You're looking at all the analysis of this before you come and buy this. Don't rush to do it just because we said it's minting today. We want to make sure you're fully informed, and we're going to help you with that. So yes, the minting price is minting date is today. What is the minting price?
Yeah, so the minting price is 0.05 Ethereum.
Nice.
Plus gas, ether.
Yep. Yeah, there we go. Okay, plus gas, always really important. And again, if you're picking it up on the secondary market, and I have to say, I have done that with a number of projects that have actually, I've been really bullish on, is I haven't always bought at mint if I've missed it, but I've still managed to get it at a great price on the secondary market on Opensea. So do not panic, people. So 0.05, really affordable. Let's have a look at the community. Why is the community, really important behind this? Like what's the hype already?
Yeah, so already there are 1,000 people that are on the community, Bex. For me, those numbers actually are really encouraging because I like organic growth, and it gives me a very stable, comfortable feeling when I'm looking into projects. But what I would like to talk about is actually what the broader plan is with these guys, because there's some big blue sky thinking, some big blue digital sky thinking. So anyone can pick up these NFTs. So anyone can go out and they can cop them, again, 0.05 Ethereum. But if you happen to be an owner of an ape, so in the Bored Ape Yacht Club, if you've got an ape or if you've got a mutant ape, you'll straight off the bat will be able to see the PFP carrying their own cool Metaboom box in the background.
Oh, that is funky. I like that. So it's kind of a derivative of your original ape. You can kind of like look at this and you know, make it your own, which is incredible because of the ape or the mutant ape that you already own. That's such a cool offering already from them. What else have they got in terms of utilities?
Yeah, so for me, the derivative piece is interesting, but actually any music NFT or any NFT which has an audio, so it doesn't necessarily need to be music, but if that audio is in the ERC 721 protocol, it can be listened to. I can't imagine the speaking clock's going to be very popular, but I'm sure there'll be some very interesting and amazing artists that people want to format. Who knows? Perhaps ERC 721 is the next MP3, which you and I remember, Bex, from yesteryear, and tape deck. Also, the boom boxes, depending on the rarity, also determines just how many NFT music tracks you can listen to. So,
interesting. Okay.
The rarer the NFT, the more bangers you can put on and let your apes. And it's not just apes. There's a bigger, wider plan for many of the other leading PFP projects to be integrated with this derivative. So Metaboom are going above and beyond the thinking. They're thinking laterally and really where those partnerships make sense, they can kind of tie up.
Yeah, that's really exciting. I think also from a marketing perspective, right, once this kind of lands and mints and sells out, what you're going to find is people that own those apes and stuff, they have influence in themselves because these are valuable NFTs with the apes. If they then use these as a derivative and start changing their profile pictures because it's a more exciting way for them to use their apes, and you start seeing that well, I wanted to say the boom about this particular project is gonna explode, right? Because suddenly everyone's gonna know about Metaboom. So that's amazing. Web 3.0, music NFTs, which is such a growing trend, and I know becoming so much more important for a lot of people out there in the NFT space. You've got that derivative option as well. And again, that's kind of exclusive, isn't it, for like apes and mutant apes and just a few other key projects out there, PFP projects. So you know that the caliber of those who take up the Metaboom opportunity of doing that are going to be really high. And then, you know, for me, I think it's a really affordable mint price to get in on.
Well, also, if you think about it from their perspective, you know, they're very much wanting to be open and available and create these partnerships with these other market-leading PFP projects. And so for me, Bex, it's stability. Yeah. And they're wanting to build those relationships with those key brands to drive the adoption of Metaboom. There's also utility token, Bex. Meta Music Protocol is going to be known as MMU. And what that token is going to allow you to do is it allows users to stake, to actually buy Metabooms and also accessories. But once you own a Metaboom, you become a Meta DJ. And a Meta DJ, well, they own tokens by curating playlists. So it's now we're getting into an interesting place, right? Whereas could we be seeing the next Mega DJ, the next Marshmallow, the next Avicii born out of owning a Metaboom and realize where their calling was all along? Musicians are going to be earning tokens from the sale of their music into NFTs. So there's a stimulation of a new economy that musicians otherwise may never have had.
Really exciting stuff. This is such a great project. Now let's move straight on to a really exciting project that actually is in secondary market. Now I bought into this a while back and I was like, Warren, you've got to get on this. And actually I said, I'm really bullish about this because of the people that are building up this particular project, and the community is unbelievable. I've very rarely seen a community like that. Now, you might remember a few weeks back, we talked about the Angry Boars and how big the community is there. I'm bullish on this in the same way. I am talking about the Bubblegum Kids, and they sound sweet. They look very cute, but I tell you what, a lot of lazy lions have bought into the Bubblegum Kids, and a lot of those lazy lions are incredibly bullish on the Bubblegum Kids as the next natural step for the direction in which the lazy lions have gone. And for that reason, I'm like, get in there quick, because it's still early. Floor price 0.045 at the moment. Super affordable. You can get it on Opensea. You know why I'm so bullish, so maybe you can tell everyone.
You always know quality PFP when it sells out at launch. This did. You've already said secondary market. That's where you're going to be able to find these Bubblegum Kids that are hanging out on the blockchain and chewing gum and playing it super cool. They're created by a really, really, really smart, incredible team. I've checked out at Bubblegum _NFT. And apparently his motivation, Bex, to share with the wider audience was very much to create a Bubblegum Kid to honour his favourite bored ape, Bubblegum.
Okay, so again, inspiration from the apes and a bit of an honorary project as a result of that. So that, again, you know, we always talk about the bored apes being that gold standard. If the founder of this particular project has built this project because of his bored ape, again, it's that kind of influence that is just incredible in this space. Well, firstly, we know that the wallet holders are pretty solid on this, and this is always a good kind of way of looking at this. Let's do a little bit of that kind of wallet holder activity analysis. What are we looking at the moment?
Well, first and foremost, community-wise, Discord, they got 17,000 people, members in that Discord, Bex. But owning, you know, this amazing looking PFP, I think it gives you immediate access to some really, really amazing utilities, assets, tokens, giveaways. I got some information around the wallet owners, though. There's I think it's around 3,500 at time of recording. It's got a reliable, it's got a steady market pace. There's a lot of activity. Bex, over the last 90 days, if I share some food for thought with you, we've seen a trade which has been, a trading pattern, and that's culminated a whole total in 744 Ethereum. In today's money, it's over $3.2 million of trade.
Wow,
so it's not just about the PFP project. It's about, there is such a wealthy appetite of people constantly want to enter into this market, hearing through friends, maybe they're called Bex, to make sure that they jump on the bandwagon as well. So yeah, really, really impressive. Clearly they care about the community. The roadmap looks, as you would expect, a colourful, childish, cartoonistic explosion of bubblegum fun. I'm certainly going to be jumping in specifically because I want that merchandise that I've seen. Yeah,
really,
it's so
really cool. But also what I've been finding on the secondary market, which I think is a really good one, is that actually there are some real sort of gems out there for you to snipe at a decent price. Maybe you'll pay a little bit more than floor price, but actually because of the trajectory of this particular project, I think it's worth spending a little bit more if you can to snipe something with a little bit more rarity. And I've worked with some members of the Bubblegum Kids team, a community, not team actually, who I've known from other projects and said, you know, what would you suggest? I'm new to this space, you know, what would this, and they've gone, how about you have a look at these traits and look at these traits. And then suddenly you go through Opensea and you kind of find some of these slightly rarer ones for not too much more money. And that's exactly why I sniped one that's got a beautiful halo on it, and I was like, this is great, this is what I want. And actually I really resonate with that picture, and I'm happy to I'll share it as well so that you guys can see the one that I've picked up. I'm really proud of my little Bubblegum Kid. I love the steady pace of the activity on this project as well. I think this is really important for us to understand from an analysis point of view. If you see a massive hype come in at mint and then it drops and has to build up, it's a lot of hard work. What we're seeing is a really consistent flow of activity, lots of buying and selling and trading of this, right? So, and when I speak to the community, they don't just have one, they have like 7. People are so bullish on this that they are buying in droves as much as they can get before what I think is going to happen, and this is my personal opinion, is something is going to just click. You know, someone is going to ape in, it's going to be influential, and then suddenly you're going to start seeing this lazy lion track of, of growth within this. So I'm so bullish on this project. I love talking to the community. They're so receptive. The team are lovely behind it. There's a really solid kind of roadmap as well that they're moving into, and everything is just fun and light. And I think you've got to look beyond that initial PFP artwork and look at what's happening behind in terms of the utilities, and this has got so much solid stuff coming your way. Merch drops, airdrops, loads of other cool things. I mean, you've been looking into the roadmap, haven't you, Warren?
I have. I've been looking into the roadmap. I think they've made it really, really clear that for them, it's community is a really core focus on how they see Bubblegum Kids really being successful. Like you said, Bex, you know, you've got Lions communities, you've got apes communities that have gravitated towards, have created this, but also, you know, want to be very much a part of this. There are giveaways like apes. They're giving away apes within the roadmap part of the approach. They're also looking at a redistribution of revenue specifically out to the community. So You've convinced me. I'm certainly going to be taking some time to make the right investment. Again, I'm going to do my research. Bex and I, we're not financial advisors, but you invest in what you love and what you can afford to lose, because you've got to want to love it, Bex, haven't you?
Absolutely. And I really love my little Bubblegum Kid, and I'm looking to get more as well. So, as some people have 7, well, I might go up to that number as well. Let's just wait and see. But let's move on to our next project as well, our final one for today. This is one I know you're really bullish on. This is Voxel City, which I mistook for a place in London as Vauxhall. It's not spelt like that. And Warren, I'm so glad you corrected me on that. So tell us more about this project.
This is the perfect place, and forgive me for sounding like a retail agent, but if you're looking for your new digital place to live, Bex, this for me is a perfect place to call home online on the blockchain, where you can buy a waterfront property. Perhaps you want a coastal getaway. Perhaps you're looking to live in the middle of nowhere. Voxel City is the pixelated paradise, and forgive me for the alliteration, but I am excited. I'm excited about the approach this is taking.
I think this might be because you might be moving house very soon, that you're actually looking to just cancel that and just move into the digital space instead. Firstly, I want to ask, well, just for clarity here, we're not talking about a metaverse, or we're not talking about buying land in like the Sandbox or anything like that. It doesn't work in that way, does it?
We are buying plots of land in a meta environment within the Voxel City world. So it is, in fact, a meta-led approach, because you're, similarly to Decentraland or anywhere you're going into a digital space, and arguably, I think, a lot more cost-effective, you can buy a plot of land, and it is digital.
Okay, brilliant. So you buy into a plot of land. So there's things out there at the moment. I know you own one of these Ethereum towers as an example. Yep. So people might be familiar with that. So let's just explain what that kind of format is within the NFT space.
Yeah, so the idea is that Voxel City's roadmap, they've taken quite a calm approach to it. So the way they see it, similarly to if we just dropped into the digital environment today, the first and foremost thing you're doing is you're buying your plot of land, and that's on the immediate roadmap. Outside of that scale, and the reason why on their website on purpose they've retained they've kept locked the cities and the large tower environments, is because what they're trying to do is they're trying to take the users on a journey.
Yeah. Okay.
For me, what I'm really, really interested about, it's certainly the community journey, and actually it's the fact that they've already got 1,600 tourists, and I'll say that word again, 1,600 tourists that are living in Discord, that are trading thoughts about their next step forward. The Voxel City, it's your ticket to buy anything that you want in that virtual environment. So the plot specs, size-wise, just so you know for context, you can start with a 1x1, perhaps a conservative 2x2, or you can go, I'm sure, for a megalodon plot, which will be pixelated based on its respective size. The whales, I'm sure, will come in and sweep those areas up, and before you know it, we'll all be living in the equivalent of a very small property in the digital mirror. You play a character. So the idea is that outside of buying your space, you're playing a character. Don't suppose that you've seen Free Guy, but that idea that you're watching this character jump straight into a virtual world. We're seeing Ryan Reynolds. Well, let's be Ryan Reynolds today, and we've got access to anything that we actually want within that space. Maybe not the same cup of coffee again and again.
Yeah.
And actually, you can customize the housing that you've got within Voxel City, and throughout the play, I'm going to say the word. Please don't cringe. The Metropolis.
Oh God.
Throughout the play of Metropolis, you're gaining wealth. There'll be redevelopments of plots that are available, commercial buildings. Let's set up our own virtual company in Voxel City, and there'll be the implementation of road names. And it is literally like starting the world from point one. But you've got that control. Now, if we look at games like SimCity, if we look at games like Theme Park and this simulation style environment where you have the time to create the plot and then grow it and do it at your own pace, I think that's attractive for some people. And I think that gamification, it resonates. So I'm excited. I will say the way that the commercials work. So there's a pre-sale, which is the 28th of November, Bex.
So we've got a good amount of time to go and do some research into this.
Good runway, and that's 0.04 Ethereum.
Huh?
Excuse the gas fee, but plus gas. And then there's a public sale, which is dropping on the 1st of December when we're all opening our advent calendars. And that will be 0.05 Ethereum.
Okay, that's actually really affordable. And I can't stress enough about making those really strategic investments of buying land in a metaverse environment, because you saw the Facebook announcement a few weeks ago, or now being called Meta, that has brought the concept of the metaverse to the masses. So the metaverse is not just one thing for anyone that is new to this space. There are lots of metaverses out there. So I mentioned earlier, Sandbox, Decentraland, those are two big players, right? But plots of land have already been bought up in those metaverses. So you need to be looking at what the next big thing is. And this may well be it. You know, Ethereum towers, we've mentioned already, lots of hype around that. And then this Voxel City could be that slow burner that you haven't quite heard enough rumblings on yet, but that's that great opportunity for you guys to do your research, make sure it's the right choice for you, and actually get in early. So I'm excited about this. I really do want to buy a plot of land. I love nothing more than like real estate in real life and just, you know, buying and selling properties. I think it's really exciting. A buzz from that, being able to take that into the digital world as well. Really, really exciting. Oh my goodness, an amazing, amazing set of projects there that will hopefully see some incredible gains for you guys too. Don't forget, this is never financial advice, so please do your own research. And of course, we want to welcome you onto our Twitter space each and every Monday as well, so you can speak to the people behind these actual projects and many more as well. So all of the details are here. And of course, make sure you show up, ask your questions. No question is too small. I want to say a huge thank you to the Soda Factory, who are our wonderful brand partners for the video today. They are showing you how to bridge the world of design, coding and art all together, and to bring you the world's biggest artists on the blockchain, which is just incredible. So make sure you find out more details about them in the description box below. We'll see you next time for more incredible videos here from the Nifty World team. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.